All right. Welcome, y'all. We are here tonight on Christian and Sex. At, mhm. And we're here tonight live and direct. This is DJ KTE. That is Keith the Entrepreneur. And my co host who will be joining us soon is Lady Misty. And we're here live. We're here live on WUMEDB, New York. Boogie down, New York, y'all. It's a bit cold tonight, but I'm warm on the inside. So I think I'm gonna need to have a glass of no wine tonight. I can't. No, I gotta make sure I keep it nice and straight. So maybe a cup of coffee that might work, or some tea. Some say some tea, some tea. Yeah, some tea. A little bit of tea stuff. That works as well. All right, so folks, we are here getting ready for the big one. So as you think about the title, again, to what extent has the family dynamics changed? And you and I know that it's changed a whole lot. And so we're going to just have a discussion about that because, the family, as you know, it is the most important element. It's one of the first institution that was created by who I believe was the mastermind and is God. Some call him God and call him Jehovah. I matter of fact, he has many names. And it's funny because I remember one time I was in church and I heard Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Jireh. Of course, that means provider. Jehovah Roha. They have a Jehovah Kaddish. A bunch of different names that they call him, and that's to express him in different ways. So we can't really box him up, and we can't really, yeah, we don't hold they call it the magic key, but he allows us to express ourselves, and he allows me to actually do what I do. He gives me the strength and the energy. So I share with you what I believe. Yeah. So I am I am feeling well tonight. I have my health, I have my strength, and you, the listener, I trust that you will. Hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? I see you already calling in. Hi, TS Gamix. So are you? Welcome. Yeah, TS Gamix. Podbina, I see you as well. Welcome. We're gonna have a fantastic time tonight. All right. I see Aussie. How are you, Aussie? Aussie girl? Hey. I see Jumping G. All right. Thank you for. I see Auntie Poor. Welcome. I thank you. You guys are awesome. It's when we come together, the magic happens. It's not a one man thing. It's not a one man thing. It's a people thing. It's a us thing. We all here and on Yumi Radio have a voice. Yes. So we are here, and we're gonna make it happen tonight. So whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you are a divorcee, whether you're looking to get married, we all are affected by the family and how it's changing. And we're talking about again, to what extent is the family dynamics changing? And like I said, I have my opinion. I'm sure you have one. We see how we see how our families now is blending now. They call it the blended family. Um, and we, and we start at 9, guys. We start at 9 p.m. So, like again, I said, like I said, if we have any questions, we can do some things. The questions at around 9. You can send in some responses, and it should be fun. Okay. All right. Okay. That's about the time. All right, guys. All right. All right. All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Okay. Yes. So we're gonna have before we begin, we're gonna have a producer read to us some facts, and then that will give a perspective on what we are going to be discussing tonight, and then we can draw from there and just have a discussion. So,
Hello, hello.
all right.
Hi, are you hearing me clearly?
Can you folks
Can
hear
you hear
okay?
me? Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Can
I
Maybe
think
there's
there's
an
an
echo.
echo.
Yeah, I think the echo might be. Is it still there right now? I think it's a little better now. Can the guys hear okay?
I'm not sure. No, it's not there anymore. I think Lady Misty just joined your co-host. Accept her call.
Hey, I think Missy's on board.
Go ahead and
Misty,
go
how
ahead
are
so
you?
I can
Lady
listen.
I am
Misty.
good. Good evening.
Okay, let me know when you're ready for me to go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are
Someone
you?
else is calling and take the call.
I
Yes.
am good.
Wonderful. All right. So, guys, any questions you have, remember at about
Should
9:30
I
we
go?
can have those questions addressed. All right. So give us a little time here, and we'll definitely get you as we can. Yes. So, Coach, you can go ahead and.
5 facts about the modern American family, and this information is coming from Pew Research. The classic nuclear family, it says, it reads, the kind imprinted on the American imagination by TV shows like Leave It To Beaver, has been left behind. In 1960, 37% of households included a married
Married
couple
couple
raising
raising
their
their
own
own
children.
children.
More than a
More than a
half
half
century
century
later,
later,
just
just
16%
16%
of
of
households
households
look
look
like
like
that.
that.
Here are
Here are
five
five
facts about
facts
the
about the
modern
modern
family.
family.
One,
One,
Americans
Americans
Americans are
Americans are
putting
putting
off
off
life
life's
big
big
milestones.
milestones.
Today,
Today,
the median age at first marriage is 29 for men and 27 for women, the highest in modern history.
history.
In 2013, more than 1 in 4 26% that is, of people ages 18 to 32 were married. But in 1960, well over half, 65% of Americans were. Mothers are also waiting longer to have children. In 1960, women ages 18 to 24 accounted for 40% of mothers with infants. By 2011, that number had dropped to 22%. Today, an American woman, on average, is
Mm.
expected to have 1.9 children, compared with a total fertility rate of 3.7 children in 1950. Current levels are below the replacement rate of about 2.1 children, the number of births needed for children to replace their parents' birth population. Some European countries have lower total fertility rates. Number three, some 3 million, 37% of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender adults have had a child at some point in their lives, according to the Williams Institute. Among women under the age of 50 who identify as LGBT and live alone or with a spouse or partner, about half, 48%, have a child younger than 18. Some 1 in 5 LGBT men say the same. Number four, families today are more blended and differently constructed. Nearly half, or 44%, of young people ages 18 to 29 have a step sibling. About half as many, 23%, of those ages 50 to 64, and just 16% of those 65 or older have a step sibling. More babies are born to unmarried mothers than ever before. Unmarried women accounted for 41% of births in 2011, up from just 5% in 1960. In 2011, 72% of births to black women were to unmarried mothers, compared with 53% of births to Hispanic women and 29% of births to white women. The same sample was the same sample size was too small to analyze results among Asians, but just 9% of new mothers with a bachelor's degree, regardless of race, were unmarried when they gave birth. Five, and last, intermarriage among people of different race is increasingly common. In 1980, just 7% of all marriages in the United States were between spouses of a different race or ethnicity. In 2010, that share was doubled to 15% of all new marriages in the United States. Hispanics, 26%, and Asians, 28%, were most likely to marry out, compared with 9% of whites and 17% of blacks. And as said before, this information came from Pew Research.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I tell you, I heard a lot of numbers there. Some were a bit alarming, but that is the reality of what we are dealing with today. So we're gonna have a discussion.
Right.
So I always do this before we really begin. I ask my co-host, "How is she doing? How was your day? Give me a little something. Let the audience know how you're feeling right now before we begin our segment here."
Good night, everybody. Thanks for those who are joining in. I am a little bit tired, but I am good. Today was a busy day for me.
Okay.
I was at my alma mater today.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm a part of the alumni, so we have a foundation going. So
Okay.
today we went to give back to some students who have been doing well.
Very nice.
So it was really fulfilling. It was a good day. Kind of long, but it was good.
It's something wonderful about giving back that I heard in that conversation that I really like giving back, and
Yes.
that's kind of what we are here at Yumi Radio believing in giving you not just a talk, but data, information, a place of resources. And I want to encourage everyone, if you're out there, you can get an app. There's an app that we have, and if you go to your Play Store, you go to type in Yumi Radio, and if you have
Right.
Apple, you go to the App Store and you can get it as well. It's the letter UME Radio, and we
Okay.
get what's going on, what's new, what's trendy. So we thank you again for being here tonight. My name again is DJ KTE, and I'm here with Lady Misty.
That's me.
Yeah. So here we go. We have a topic tonight, and it's a really kind of interesting topic, but it's very real and it's very today, and we're living it right now. We're in it. So it to what extent has the family dynamics changed? That is the actual topic tonight. And already we have some folks
Right.
in. We got AM07 entering. We got Mohammed. Thank you, Hamid, for coming on board. We have Kizzy. Uh,
Mhm.
it's so cool. So we're really, really looking to have a good time tonight. And again, guys, you can call in. You're at around halfway through 9:30, so you can begin to ask the questions. So based on what you read, what are some of your thoughts on what was read? In other words.
Um. Well, I went through some of the data myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I really, really have to say that it is it is quite alarming. The issue of marriages on the decline,
Mm-hmm.
and also it is interesting that the dynamics of family has changed over the past, say, 60 to 70 years.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
have
agree.
now more blended families, you have more single parent families,
Mm-hmm.
you have, same sex families,
Mm-hmm.
so
It's a lot of
right
dynamics
now,
happening now.
yeah, it's a lot of dynamic, and we have been changing
Mm-hmm.
over time.
Yeah.
And, we have to ask ourselves, how does it affect Christians? And
Um,
how does it affect, Christendom,
the
you
church is
know,
general and
the
how we
church,
are
right?
seen, how we affect the world. Um, and there's a great point you brought up. You brought up because, like I said, the show is titled "Christians and Sex." So we are coming from. So it really is a show that has to do with topics that affects us in different areas.
Right.
Family, and single people, shacking up, whether it's okay or having premarital sex before marriage, or should you wait until we um,
That's right.
we get
That's
married?
right.
Like we believe as Christians that the Bible said we ought to wait until we're married. That's my take
Mm-hmm.
on it. Some may believe otherwise. But I think that there are many questions. In fact, there are more questions than answers. It seems, right, Misty?
That's true. That's
Hmm.
true. And because of the different kinds of families now, and I think society has opened the door for new types of families, like, for example, the same sex family
Hmm.
and the transgender family.
Hmm.
One begs to ask the question, can these things happen? Well, from a biblical point of view,
Hmm.
you know, from a Christian biblical point of view, that we don't agree. Well, the Christian community doesn't really agree with same-sex marriages.
Well, I can
Well,
I
that
can
the
I can
the
probably correct you on
founda-
that,
the foundation Christians. Let me say that.
right? Because I find that they have Christian movements
Who
that
embrace that
who
kind of a
embrace,
thing?
yeah. So
Yes.
it's a very tricky thing because
Yes.
you have the Orthodox Christians, you may have the Pentecostal approach, you may have the Catholic approach, but
That's right.
in these days it seems to be a very it's very open, you know.
Yes,
uh,
that's
uh
true.
yeah. So the question is, how does that affect the family? um
Yeah.
and to be more specific, the church family. How do we now
Hmm.
address those issues? So if I'm in the church per se, and someone comes in the church and they are the same sex gender, I mean, do I now let my my personal opinions or feelings come into play, or do I allow love to actually be the driving force behind my approach to these individuals? You know, so it becomes a very delicate situation as to
Right.
how we approach these things.
Yes.
But
Well, we
mhm,
have to. Well, it's good that we are discussing these things because we these are things that are happening. It's the reality of it,
mhm,
and how how does it now affect our relationship?
mhm.
You know, on a family basis. How do we how do we approach it? How do we approach that kind of a thing? So
Well,
it's
well,
it's it's good for discussion.
Misty, I would take it back a little further. Now, if you think about the original family, or the more ideal looking family 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. All right, you had male and female, and more so the male was the provider for the family, and
Right.
there was more factory job, more hands-on job that men
That's
held.
true.
So
Mhm.
now the family dynamic was very different. You had mom was pretty much the one who raised the kids, and
Yes.
mom do
And
have
most times they were stay-at-home moms.
yeah. So kids
Right.
kids were all they were monitored more so.
Mhm.
They were more, I probably would say they were taught more from the
Right.
family perspective. They had more, I would say, effect on them opposed to what we see today.
Good.
Uh,
Right.
you
Mhm.
know, uh,
True.
you have now where you have the women, I believe, the date I don't remember to be exact, but it might have been in the 70s, 80s, start. I would say the
Mhm.
70s when women started to go to college more so than males,
Right.
and
Right.
started getting educated and having career jobs. And as time went on, a lot of jobs that men had, they started phasing out. They started to phase out
Mhm.
a lot of factory
Mhm.
jobs because now we're now at the age. So as of now, we have where men are like, where do I fit? Because now she's working more than I am working, and you'll find that now the jobs are now more technical, they're more communicative jobs, they're more into
Right.
the technology, and women are thriving in that area, and so forth.
Right.
And then they,
Mhm.
and most of these jobs require schooling, which more women are going to. So we see the disparity
Right.
there with the men. So how would address that for us? And what's your take on that part of it? Because it's affecting the family for sure.
Well, yeah, it's affecting the family because I think most women now are becoming, independent
Hmm.
in ways where they're educating themselves.
Hmm.
There are more opportunities now for women to thrive in business, and uh, so the whole dynamics of family changes because of that.
So,
So no more women are stay at home moms and desirous to be wives, so to speak,
mhm.
because now in my observation and my thinking, women have become more career driven,
Hmm.
right? Which can be intimidating to a man,
Yeah.
you know.
So, Misty,
So
the thing is that, right? And that's a great point to bring out there. But my thing is that, was that because of, was it was it some kind of social engineering going on there? You think, where family was became a secondary, non-important thing, where it was about money-driven society and company want to make money, and was it greed? Because I'm thinking
mhm,
that the family, the way the family is looked at today, I don't see where they value
mhm,
the family anymore like before. The value on family and that unit. I mean, kids have so much rights to these days.
mhm.
To
That's
in
true.
fact,
That's true.
yeah, I've known of schools now where the child can identify themselves as whatever as any gender they want to,
Yeah.
outside of what they were taught home. So a
Mhm.
child can say, if mama called me he, well, I'm no gender, within the school parameters. And
Right.
so there's so much going on when you have missing folks, mom working now, then dad
Mhm.
working too, and then now the child now
Mhm.
has he's now raised by the social media and
Right.
friends. So do you see those things? Was that what you observes going on as well?
Yes, that's that. Yeah, that's what I think there's. I'm not sure what states are so, but I know that there's legislation now where the gender can be left off a birth
Hmm.
certificate.
Yeah.
That's your choice now.
Hmm.
It's not a matter of whether the child is born male or female. And there are so many things happening now in our society, and rightly so. Mom is working, dad is working, and working at odd hours. So you know there is a lot of different dynamics going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Also, well, based on what was read by coach, we have a lot of blended families as well. So you see where stepchildren are coming into play a lot now, because you have probably divorcees remarrying and stuff like that.
Yeah, and speaking of divorcee, it seemed to be that even the church is almost as high as the secular
Oh yeah, oh
world.
yeah.
So now,
Hmm.
how then do I rectify, um where should the family be looking at? Where should the family be? What should we be doing as a church to keep the
Hmm.
family stable? What what
I mean,
what's
honestly, Keith,
That's
I
my
think
thoughts.
that's a tough question.
Hmm.
Why is it a tough question? Because it goes back to what you believe.
Hmm.
Because as we were talking before, there are some church organization that now embrace
Hmm.
um transgender relationships, now embrace same-sex relationship, as opposed to another organization that doesn't.
Yes.
So it looking for that standard. I think it boils down to what you believe in.
Hmm.
Because um I've been in circles where pastors are debating, like really heated debate as to whether or not I marry a couple that come to me. I know that there are certain places now where you can be arrested if you refuse to
Hmm.
marry two men or two women or whatever,
Hmm.
right? So it's a tough question to ask where to look. It depends on what your personal values are, what you believe in, because everybody belief system is now, you know,
Yeah.
has
It's.
changed.
Hmm.
And because of that, because your belief system have changed, then your whole dynamic of family has changed. Because if I'm a woman, for example, and if I believe that I can create my own family, I can just go to one of those
Hmm.
sperm places and have a child, be a single mother, be independent, be career driven, and raise my child. That's my family.
Oh, that's
As
that's a
opposed
that's a
to,
that's a real twist there. That's a real twist. I mean, wow.
yeah, as opposed to me wanting to get married, having a husband and, the house with the white picket fence and the dog outside,
You,
you
you,
know.
there's a point in the article that was read that I'm gonna address, but I see Bella, thank you for joining us. I see Jenny, thank you. I see Tarwen, I believe that's the name, Tarwen.
Mm-hmm.
Elid, awesome guys, awesome. You guys are coming on board. And tell this is Christian and Sex. We're talking here about how the family dynamics have changed. This is Yumi Radio, WUMEDB, New York, guys. And we coming here live with this great conversation. And Ellie would like to call in. I think I'm gonna have her call in, ask questions about that time. So hold on for a second, Miss. Let's get her in real quick. And make it short,
Okay.
guys. Hello, hello. How are you, Elite? How are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are
Good
you?
night.
How are you too?
Elite?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are
Yes.
you?
How are you? Pretty good, my friend. How are you?
Oh,
I'm doing
good night,
great.
Elid.
Yes.
I'm
So
doing
make
great.
it quick and snappy, and we're gonna get right to it right away. And let's hear what you got to say. Yes, go right ahead.
Elid, go ahead.
You're on the air. You're on the air, Elite.
Okay, I was speaking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying that in Christian marriage or in Christian love making, are we to depend on the love based on Christ?
Oh, wow, Elid, you're breaking up.
The
We're trying
love.
to hear what you're saying.
For some reason, could you restate the question again? You kind of break up a little bit. Just say it one more time.
I was saying that in Christian sex or in
Mm-hmm.
Christian marriages, are we to
Mm-hmm.
depend on the
Mm-hmm.
love based on
Yes.
Christ? That is the that's
Mm-hmm.
the fear of the Lord that will govern us to live in holistic
Yes.
manner, or are we to believe in the love based on the carnal things of this world?
Good question. By the way, where you calling from, Elite? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Ghana.
Ghana. Wow, I love. I
Oh,
tell you,
wow. Shout out to Ghana.
someday I'm gonna be in Ghana. Someday soon. You guys are awesome, man. But let me say this to you, Elite. A great question. Thank you for your question. We are as Christians to depend on the godly approach to love that I believe. Now,
Yes.
the reality is that we are in a world where if God allows it to happen, now we have to address these people. How then do we deal with that? Are we going to be repulsive, repugnant? Are we going to be embracive? Are we going to be understanding? Are we going to approach it from a Christ-like? Because when Christ met people as he walked the earth, he went and he did wonderful things. He changed lives. He showed love. He embraced the sinner. The Bible says he's a friend of the sinner. But again, we're here to give our perspective. And I think that at the same time, without hammering it down in people, we're saying this, so this is what we believe, what we have. What's your word? What's your conversation? What do you have to say? And hopefully we can make an impact. Hopefully we can come to a good loving conclusion. And if not, then we keep it moving, and love still reigns. So that's would be my answers to that question.
Okay, that's very powerful. But you see, the Bible says in Romans 2, verse number 8, coming, it said, "But unto them that are contentious and do not obey
Mm-hmm.
the truth."
Hmm. Yes. Again, I lost you. Can you say it one more time? I lost you
And
again.
if we are not well governed based on the sentence scriptures,
Mm-hmm.
the generation are
Oh, the connection is so bad. And we want to hear what Elid has to say.
We want to hear your question, Elite, but you're breaking up real bad. Can you say it one more time for us so we can take it from there? Let's try it again.
Elid, are you there?
Okay, I think it's going up, but I think he was referring to the Bible. And again, I just want to stress here that is that there are conviction that we all have, and
Uh-huh.
belief and opinions. And I always
Scripture.
say, yeah,
Oh, he's back. Elite, can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you clear. I'm listening to you, please. I'm very happy about it.
yes, go right ahead.
Okay, because you were breaking up a while ago. So if you could just repeat quickly what you were saying. You were
Okay, I
referring to
was saying
Romans
that
2.
Romans 2, verse number 8.
Uh-huh.
I was saying that if we could obey the then we could have a genuine Christian marriage based on everything ever we do. I'm
Okay.
very interested about discussion. I'm really learning. I'm really being impactful about the discussion. I'm very happy about hearing you speaking and being educative to us. But I was saying that if we could obey the truth, then we could have the genuine Christian life and Christian marriages.
Okay, great point, great point. I know other folks are calling, but I'm gonna talk to you on that. But Missy, you can respond, I guess.
Well, based on the
Hello.
can you hear me? I hope you're hearing me. Can you hear me?
Can you hear Elite?
Yeah, please can you give me a WhatsApp line? WhatsApp line.
The WhatsApp line.
Hello, I'm requesting.
Well, if
Yeah.
you go in there, I won't be to hear in there. So, but I can hear you here though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe I believe what you're saying is I think I got it, Elite. And the thing is that I think that it's important to understand that you know when Christ came on earth, when he walked, he he did a lot of good.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
He did a lot of good. And when he took
Okay.
the 12 disciples, right? When he
Okay.
called those 12 disciples, remember he knew them all. And
Okay.
look what Judas did. But he
Okay.
knew before he did it. So
Okay.
what we see in the world now, he know before it even happens. He see the
Okay.
disparity. He see the evil. He knows the sin. He sees the right. He sees the wrong. And so therefore, when I say I believe the Bible, it has to come to my filter to understand what it is saying. It's my belief in what I read, is what I get from it. We all see through different lenses. We also see through different perspectives. Some people read the Bible from an anger perspective. Some read from a love perspective. Some
Uh-huh.
read it from a very judgmental perspective, based on who they were, how they were raised, where they're from, who their parents were, their grandparents were. It all affects that person. So so that's what you have now. That's why people can say, listen to me. 10 years ago, I thought about this, but now I'm thinking differently. 20 years ago, I
Mhm.
saw this, but now I'm thinking differently. So
Okay.
I respect someone who believes the word of God. I believe the word of God too, but he speaks to me maybe in some ways that maybe you may not speak to you in that same way. You follow me?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the beauty
Okay.
about God.
Okay. Powerful. I love it.
Yes.
Powerful. Powerful.
Thank
God
you. Thank
bless
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. God bless you, brother. I see Moon. Moon, how you doing? Moon's on board. I see is it Sirwell? Screw all. Okay. Interesting name. Uh, all right. But guys, again, we are on Christian and sex. We're glad to hear from Elite. He gave a great comment, and he was really fun to be a. Hey, how you doing? I see BBC. I can't pronounce the word, but it's cool. It's cool. Hi.
Bedewed. I think it's
Yes.
bedewed or something like that. Yeah,
Awesome.
well, good night, everybody. Hi, thank you
Hmm.
for joining us tonight. We are having a very fruitful discussion
Thank you,
about
Elite. Mm.
how the
Ah.
family dynamics have changed. And
Hmm.
we want to thank Elite for coming in and chipping in. Your point was very valid, and we respect that.
Yes, we definitely do. And folks, I'm inviting you to call in. The line is open because, like I said, halfway through this program, we want to talk to you. We want to commune and converse and have and just talk about it. I love being a Christian. I'm not ashamed of it. I love to talk about God's goodness. So what are your thoughts? Call in, let us know. Let us know what do you think. So we got some friends from Ghana. We got some from Nigeria. Oh wow, some friends from is that Poland, Ireland, everywhere. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, we're international. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
So there is there's no saying. It said you need three things at to make a marriage work, right? Now I've been to a lot of marriages. I perform. I play my saxophone. And I've been to a lot of social events, a lot of marriages. And you always hear you need to have communication, you need to have money,
yes,
right, and then you better have good love making.
That's right.
Weddings, marriages, weddings. Yes, weddings, right? So you said you have to have good communication.
Money.
You said be honest, right? BBC said be honest. I hear you. That of course that's like a criteria there. Because if you have no trust in anything, whether it's a business relationship or a marriage relationship, you are starting at ground zero, and that's not a good thing. But yes, we definitely advocate for honesty and having transparency. All right, that's a very important thing. But communication, money, and of course,
good sex.
Good sex. So, which one, if you had to take out of the equation and have a good life, which one do you take out? Which one would you take out, folks? Which one would you take? If you had to take out one of those things, which one would go first? Communication. Baby said good sex. You take it out first. I don't know why, but
I'm not gonna take that one out. I'm sorry.
I guess we wouldn't have more babies coming out. We're probably saying where are the kids? Because you need to have that for kids. So no, he laughs. I like that. But yeah,
I'd probably take out the money.
At least it's honesty and trust. I like that, Ellie. That's the key ingredient because it's funny because when it comes to a woman especially, if they get this first sign of distrust, that's one of the worst things for them. They want to be able to feel secure. And I think that a lot of women work, as you mentioned about the family, and a lot of women work because they want to feel secure. And sometimes the male, and I tell you, we as men have let our women down. We really have, And I think as a black man, I want to set a pathway where I can add to the betterment of our women, the betterment of the family, the betterment of being a godly man. Who can just espouse truth and be honest and really affect lives in a meaningful way. I believe in that. So it really is a lot to think about when it comes to the family. BBC said something very interesting. I'm not sure if I want to read it online, but I read it. He said, I understood question, wrong sex a must.
Yeah, he said he understood the question wrong. Because you're asking which one you would take out.
Oh, I got you.
So he was saying that sex is a must.
So he asked a question. The question was, would you bring fantasy in a sex life? Would you bring fantasy in a sex life? That's a good question. Miss, you want to respond?
Fantasy in what way? What kind of fantasy?
Because I think that fantasies are I think we all have fantasies. Naturally have fantasies.
It depends on the kind of fantasies that you have.
Yeah.
And the kind of partner that you have. So yeah.
So in other words, you don't want to be where it's a forcing thing going on or some kind of trickery or something that's you're not on equal level. You're not in harmony with that, because that too can cause some issues.
But do you think though that the dynamics of family has changed?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Misty. But if you don't mind, could you call in if you can? I see BBC, BB Dude. Do you mind calling in so we can hear a little more from you? Because
Hmm.
I think you have a lot to say here. Go ahead, Misty. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was just asking, just in thinking right now. I was just asking, do you think that the family dynamics, like just overall, has changed because of nowadays thinking? Like now, a woman will think that, hey, I don't really need a man because I got this.
Hmm.
You know, do you think that is a contributing factor,
Um, I,
or yeah, or no, or you know?
I think it could be. I think it could be very well. So I think so.
Yeah, because women say, I don't need a man now. I got this.
And you know what I understand as well. See,
Does it change? Does it change a man? How does it affect their ego now that they probably have to stand by and watch now, because a man is not really like the breadwinner anymore, or they're not leading out
true,
as how they ought to.
true. I mean, that's a great point. I think a lot of women too. Also, after they have kids, they lose that. Actually, they lose that desire. They feel comfortable that I have my kids at my house, my home, and they pretty much leave it there. And
Hmm.
it is said that sometimes they take each other for granted. Sometimes life is stressful, raising a family, you're working hard, and sometimes the male doesn't do enough to ease her stress level. And then, of
Okay.
course, she doesn't. Yes, yes, and so forth. It does impact the marriage, or that
Mhm.
relationship,
Mhm.
and then of course affects the family. You have this question here. Uh, this saying, I see a question here about masturbation. It said you have to love you first, so masturbation is a must. So
Mm.
you
That's
know,
interesting.
I
Mm.
would say this, that people are always finding ways to cope. Some people use drugs, and some people use money, some people use sex. You have some women do the shopaholics. Um, as a Christian man, a part of my right, we don't do the drug thing, and we don't do the drinking thing to cope.
Mhm.
We are led by the Spirit of God. We're led by words that are full of direction that we follow. And
Mhm.
sometimes in life, there is sacrifice that you make. For instance, a man may be in love with his wife, or
Right.
and then now he may love sex, all right, and then she is now
Mhm.
pregnant, and maybe through that pregnancy, it might have been a difficult pregnancy, where she's not
Right.
able to fulfill some of those pre things that happened before she got pregnant.
Mhm. Right.
And so therefore now he has to now restrain himself. He doesn't give him the right to go out and cheat on her. He now has to listen. Let me be the man, and let me exercise some self-control. It's part of our strength as Christians. The Bible, there's some things that the Bible tells us to do that we follow. He said, he said, the fruit of the Spirit is love,
Mhm.
joy, peace, long suffering. That means we can go through some stuff without breaking. Gentleness, goodness, faith, believe that it's possible. Meekness, and have temperance, balance. So we believe in balance. That's why we talk about Yumi Radio. We give facts before we start talking. That things are really
Right.
happening. There's research being done. There are people who are have data. So if I said the church needs to do better, no, number wise, I can look at the numbers. It's what happened in the church. Why so
That's
many
right.
divorce? What can we do?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it is not we're not here to talk about our sensationalized sex. It's not about a sex show. It's not about a horny show. It's about the human and it's in all its attributes.
That's right.
Right? And a
That's
part of it
right.
is a part of it has to do with sex, of course.
Of
A
course.
part has to
Mm-hmm.
do with a part has to do with money. But we love the fact that you can express yourself. We love the fact that you can say what you feel. We welcome that. And
Right.
and that's a big part of what we do here. Your opinion, your thoughts is important, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Someone asks, is masturbation classed as a sin?
In
Hmm.
Christendom, yes,
Yeah,
it
that's a
is. Right
question.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um.
I think it's Moonbid. That's the name. Moonbid is masturbation
Yeah.
a sin.
Moonbid. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
night. Good night, Moonbid.
Yeah. How are you, Moonbid?
Um. This is kind of away from the topic, but there are some Christian communities that view it as sex. That not sex. I'm sorry, as a sin.
Mm-hmm.
Why? The explanation behind that, because masturbation, it takes in your mind.
So
True.
in other words, that's your thought on it. That's your take on it as far
Right.
as
So,
that.
so
Good.
yeah, yeah, not right. That this is just explaining from some Christian communities, right?
Got you.
Right. This is why they say it's a sin. Okay. This is what I've been hearing over time, and listening to different people in different spheres in Christendom, because this question has been asked. You've been asking this question over and over and over and over: is masturbation a sin? And um a lot of Christians will tell you yes. Why? Because masturbation not only takes in your body, it takes in your mind as well. True?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and
So,
and the verse speaks of the lust of the eyes,
mm-hmm.
right? And you sin just by looking at a woman lustfully. You undress her with your eyes. Men, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm,
So you give your mind a mental picture of what you need to be going on, of what needs to be going on
mm-hmm.
for your body to react. True?
Yeah.
So in order for your body to react to whatever, you have to use your mind as well. So
Mm-hmm.
because the thoughts are impure, right? Because the thoughts are impure, that is why it's considered a sin, because you're acting on impure thoughts.
Right. So in other words, the people say, listen, it's fine. I'm good with it because that's where they're from. You see, in the
Yeah, that's what I'm
world,
saying.
I realize this, right? And I learned this some years ago. I read a book and it said 95% of boys masturbate and about 65% of female masturbates. I read in the book. I don't remember the title of the book. I'm not sure how true that is, but I read that. Now, the thing that that I found out about this issue, and like I said, we strayed a little bit from the topic, but it does affect the family
Yeah.
as well. It does
Mm-hmm.
affect the family. Is that um, from a Christian perspective, and it's two sides to the coin. I see it. One is this:
Mm-hmm.
masturbation really is a reliever, a tension reliever that one is doing. You're relieving tension. It's called sexual
Yes.
tension, right? Now,
Yes.
based on a Christian, if you have a thought in your mind of a woman in that setting, in the biblically, based on what I understand, it is a sin. However, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a person in your mind that you're thinking of, is it possible that you can relieve yourself without having those thoughts? So
But is it
because
possible? I don't know.
see
I
that's
don't
where
know.
now
Is it
that
possible?
right, but that's where now I leave that space because as a young boy, we all did it young, naturally did it, not trying to be sin or not sin. We just did it because it was a natural thing to do. Now we didn't necessarily
Okay.
have an ejaculation because we weren't ready for that kind of thing yet. but we did it
But didn't you,
naturally.
you but wasn't there an impure thought in mind?
No, when I was younger, no, zero thoughts. It was just I was just whatever. It just felt like it
Just
was something
doing it?
natural. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So now, so you'll find that, um, you know, wait. Let me tell you something about God and about people. I
Uh-huh.
was born in a very small country, all right,
Mhm.
in a very small community.
Mhm.
And I came to the United States when I was about 14, 15 years old. And
Mhm.
what I knew when I was younger was very much, it's very much cultured around everyone believing this is just about the same thing, same church, the same Bible. It was very enclosed, in so to speak. Not that it was bad,
Mhm.
right? Um, but the issue is that now, when it came to the United States, it was a different world. It was like, what is this? There was freedom of expression, seeming like I'd never seen before. People were open minded. Parents could spank me anymore, right? In that sense of the word, it was so different. So I'm like, what's going on here? So when someone said it's wrong, I get it. When someone said it's not wrong, I get it too, right?
Mhm.
But I'm still coming from my perspective, guys. I remember when I was in college, the professor always said, guys, remember, that's your perspective. Whether it came from the Bible or the New King James Version or the NIV. Remember, I was on the list already, or the New Translation, or the American Standard. You know what I mean? Or the Old English
Mhm.
Version. You remember, even in the Bible itself, there have been variances of how the word has been put, how it's placed. So when we read it again, it's really about how do we love our Creator? How do we define what's in our heart? And he let us know when we're off. And if it's off,
Right.
don't do it. Because what may work for you may not work for me.
Mhm.
Because if a man is married to his wife and he needs to have a moment, would it better for him to go out to another woman and probably get a disease maybe, or have another baby outside his marriage, or would it better for him to relieve himself? Not that he should relieve himself and and relieve that stress. You see,
Right.
it becomes a little bit complex. Some men
I
even listen
understand
to
what
me.
you're saying.
Yeah, some men even go as far as raping people because they
Mhm.
were so hungry sexually. Not right. So it becomes a very personal thing, you know. But but again, I respect the opinions, guys. We are wrapping up here. I'm so sorry. The hour is gone by so quickly, and and
Yes,
and
so quickly, so
and
quickly. But
you guys
I
want to
just want
come
to
back
say,
again, Missy? I'm gonna give you a word real quick, but remember, guys, to next week at
okay.
9. I want you guys back here Monday sharp for more dialogue. This is great, guys. You guys are awesome, Missy.
Yes, I just want to say, everything, the whole how we view family is really, as we were talking about, just based on what you believe in, what your
Hmm.
standards are, how you view life,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
And I just want to say thanks for a vibrant discussion tonight. I
Hmm.
want to invite all listeners to come back. As Keith said tonight, come back next week. We have another hot topic because we're going to
Yep.
be talking. We're going to be going further into masturbation and using toys and all of those things next week. All right. So come on back over here, and we will be talking about it as best as we can
Hmm.
and see how best we can help some people, shed some light on some things, and just have a good time.
And guys, thank you for your interactions. You were totally phenomenal, guys. Your feedback, I love it. I said we are a platform where you have a voice. No bashing here, no putting down here. We are one family with a human race, and we all from different backgrounds, different experiences, and different ideas. And love is the key. Love is what we need to focus on because when Christ came, He came to love the world. He came to love us and to give us life and new life. So
Yes,
again, guys,
you are so welcome, guys.
thank you. Yes, and we want to see you guys back here real soon. Have an awesome night. Peace out from here, Yumi Radio.